I found freedom when I went all in. My relationship with the Lord was lukewarm, I knew him, but I didn't have that relationship where I talked to him. He wasn't number one. He would just be when I had time for him. One of the things that was clogging, my spiritual growth was my expectations. We were financially struggling, so that was one. And then also, when I was a little girl, I had been molested by an uncle. And I didn't know I'd still been holding on to it. It was just like a combination of things that has happened that I thought I had control over, and I didn't. Something would happen, and then I would have just these moments of anger. I knew I had to do something with it was because my kids, they were seeing me and how I would react to certain situations. And I didn't want them to have the same struggles that I did. I look back and, my father struggled with anger. I didn't realize that I had been holding on to those things, and it's just been there. And so it's like I reached a boiling point where anger would just come out of nowhere. Small things made it really big, and I was like, how am I so angry when, it was just a small thing? So I was like, something has to change. My Bayside and just their growth track has helped me in that area. I had to be willing to change, and I had to be willing to let the Lord take control of my situation. God really made me realize that going through my freedom was because I had all these things that I had just been holding on to. God was cleaning house. He cleaned house all the way down to when I was 5 years old. He was like, okay, this is also, where your anger was coming from. And I needed to let those things go and forgive. I look at my children, and just recently, my daughter, she looks at me and says, Mommy, I want to be a mom when I grow up. And I said, oh, really? It's like, yeah, just like you. And I was like, wow. When I was willing for God to take control and take all those things that I had been holding on to, it was like there was room for him. I don't want to live life without him and without being in his will, because don't want to be in that situation where I'm struggling, feeling like I'm losing control. I was like, I don't want to live in that anymore. Things may not change, my situation may not change, but I have joy and I have peace. And so today I say I am living in freedom, yes.